What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn. I'm back with a new video. In this video, we're going to talk about Jess Hilarious, The Breakfast Club, and everything they are doing to get viewership. I feel like this is all a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the BS. And so we're going to break it down in this video. I feel like some of it is real, some of it is not. Let me be clear. But I feel like in totality, the whole point of pitting Loren Larosa and Jess Hilarious against each other is a scheme that was set up to get ratings for the Breakfast Club. So we're going to get into that in this video, and we're going to get into a little background. And I feel like if you've been following this story, you know the issue is that Loren Larosa, presents her information in a very factual way, like a journalist, and Jess Hilarious is a comedian. Okay, she's a comedian. And I feel like I do present my information more comparable to Loren Larosa. So I do have some background information that we're going to start off with regarding women in radio. I have a interview with Claudia Jordan I'm going to be discussing first, because I want to give y'all some background to what is going on here, and then we're going to go deeper into it. But first, if you're watching, if you're not familiar with me, I'm Layla Lynn. I do celebrity news and nostalgia, which means I love to talk about old stuff. And today we're going to be going back and talking about some old stuff when it comes to women in radio and this whole issue. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the thumbs up button, and share this video. Put me in your group chat. I don't mind being in your group chat. Text this video to a friend and let's talk about it. So Corey Holcomb called out Jess Hilarious, and he compared her to Loren Larosa and basically said he favors Loren Larosa because Loren Larosa fits in better with the Breakfast Club. She's more factual and she's more professional. And so Jess Hilarious did she did a live video. It's a series of clips we're going to get into where she basically said she picked Loren Larosa to fill in for her while she was gone. But when she came back, Loren Larosa never left. And that was weird to her. And so now there's a strange energy there at the Breakfast Club, and it's being run like a high school. But when it comes to women in radio, a lot of times women in radio are hired to be the sidekick. Jess Hilarious said that she was hired to be like a comedian. She was hired to be Jess with the mess, Jess Hilarious, not Jessica Moore. But now it seems things are changing and they want Jessica Moore. And so I want to start with this interview with Claudia Jordan. When Claudia Jordan got fired or her contract wasn't renewed with the Ricky Smiley show, she did an interview with the Breakfast Club, and she explained that she used to try to be funny. Like, most of the time, women in radio are supposed to be sidekicks, but she didn't see herself as a sidekick. Like, she used to tell jokes. She saw herself as like a main character, and that is how she lost her job. So we're going to start with that as like a precursor to how women in radio are treated. And I do believe what Claudia Jordan was saying. I do believe it because we can see it. We can hear it every day on the radio. The women are the sidekicks.
That's a good question because it's been a year. You had a contract for a year. People are getting used to you. They're getting adjusted. They're watching on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
But is Ricky Smiley a bitch to work with, though?
What was that?
That's what we keep hearing. I don't know. I only met him once. I don't know the guy.
We'll get into specifics of things that I heard, and you can say whether or not it's true. Because I know you probably don't want to slander somebody.
I don't. I mean,
answer Charlamagne questions?
I am going to answer questions, but like,
she doesn't want to say he was a jerk to work with when
she said he
still.
Okay. Was it difficult at times?
there were some difficult days.
Okay.
Like the days that he made you eat in the other room, you weren't allowed to eat breakfast with everybody else. I heard.
What is that?
I heard they made you eat alone in the other room.
Go eat at the kitchen table, Claudia. You can't eat at the big table with that joke.
Someone told me you used to look so sad and lonely.
Claudia, you're a grown ass woman. That did not happen.
Stop lying.
Is that true?
Is that true? That's just what I heard.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay. Why would he tell you that you got to go eat in the other room? Was it like some hazing?
Okay. We all eat breakfast every day, but
Right.
then one day I was told that it was annoying that I ate and that I should eat in the other room when I eat.
It was,
Hold on. So everybody ate every day. But on this particular day, you was chewing too hard in his life. So he told you to go in the other room.
Charlamagne, I don't like when Angela eats. You gotta eat in the other room, man.
I was pulled aside and said, "You have to eat every day."
Wow.
Stop your lying.
Hold on. They pulled you aside and said, do you have to eat every day?
I said,
Like starve yourself?
I prefer to eat every
You
day.
should have said, yes, we all do.
What were you
Three times
eating?
a day.
This
It's like French toast,
You
bacon.
mean like chitlings? Those
No,
stuff?
it was French toast. French toast and bacon and scrambled eggs.
Continue with the conversation.
Okay, so everyone's eating every day, and then one
Now
day
you-
a hand was put on my food, like, and then I was, pulled aside by one of the producers, and it was just like, it kind of annoys someone that you eat.
It annoys Ricky that you eat.
So
And it knows
not
that you
eat.
live and breathe too.
I
You
thought it was a
breathe
joke.
every day.
I thought it was a joke. I was like, come on, man.
This is funny.
Now I'm gonna shout out Ricky Smiley on that one. I gotta use that one.
No.
If I ever want to be a dick to somebody, that's a good one. Do you have to eat every day? Why do you have to eat today?
I'm sorry.
Now,
But some days he was extremely, really not, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
so it's kind of like, was he bipolar or something? Because
I
that's
don't
what it sounds like. Some days he had great days, and then other days he just hated you, like extremes.
I was reading an article where it said he gets jealous of women that are funnier than him.
I don't really feel like I had a chance to be funnier than him on the show, though.
Right, and I would think because I've heard you do radio before when you were on Foxhole and everything. I always thought Claudia was really funny and entertaining, and I do feel like you weren't given a fair chance on Real Housewives of Atlanta or on the Ricky Smiley Show. And I figured he hired you because you're funny. I was like, okay, that's gonna be fun. They can, have a good time.
I'm sorry, our interns are disrespectful, right? I'm sorry. So they say, okay, who has Claudia slept with?
No, come on, not this
The
again.
list is crazy.
Are we gonna do this every time?
No, we already did this
every
before.
time.
Every time. We can do it.
Next to Diddy, it says Steve. It doesn't even say artist. It doesn't say actor. It says Steve.
What
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
that's super list.
No, we're not doing this. No,
We've already talked about my
Disrespectful.
vagina, my sex
nobody
list.
cares.
No,
That's
listen,
disrespectful.
believe what you want.
But back to this, right?
Okay.
So you were hired because you were funny, I would assume, and he liked your personality.
Ricky came to the Foxhole and we had it was one of the best shows actually. It was really, really funny. So anyone that knows me from the Foxhole knows how I get down.
Right.
So don't bring a zebra on and then be mad when it's doing horse.
Is that a biracial joke?
Kind of.
Okay.
And so, you know what I mean? It's just like you can't kind of put a square peg in a round hole.
Right.
Like that's what I was, kind of want to do.
They know
Go
what you
hard.
do. You a shooter, so don't
I'm
ask
a
me
shooter.
about. I'm a shooter.
Listen, when Kevin Hart came to the Foxhole, before he sat down, there was like already 8 jokes fired up before he got to see. And that was the beauty of that show. People, they knew what they were getting into coming to that show. Like, can I survive this?
Mhm.
Right.
And so, that's where I come from. So the first 3 days I was there, I killed it. And that's when I got the contract. I
Mhm.
went hard. I remember being told, hey, be the voice of reason. Then Ricky said, no. Let this mother go. She goes. And then I went, and then my Twitter blew up.
Mhm.
And then a couple weeks later, it was like, you don't have to always try to be funny.
Wow.
Just read the news. Then it was don't speak during sports. And I got reduced. And I felt like,
Don't
I
speak
really-
on sports, so you can get up
Now,
and do
now,
nothing.
now that's some real chauvinistic stuff there.
Then it was eat
hey,
another
girl,
room.
don't speak doing sports.
but listen, I'm not here to slander anyone. This is all true stuff.
Mhm.
And
Well, he said that management had an issue with you and that it wasn't him that let you go. It was, everything was fine, but they got back some research and management. It's not really up to him.
That's not good. We can't research after only a year.
But you know what? It's possible that my numbers weren't high because I don't feel like I was operating at 100% myself.
capacity,
I
right?
wasn't. So I can't even dispute that. I can't even be like, oh, no, that's not true. I think probably the numbers weren't really high on me.
Mhm.
I would leave the show like, damn, I didn't really get to do what I do. And I would love to be able to show this audience what I'm, capable of.
And I will say this, and we can all attest to this when we started and whatever research, it is a lot harder for women in particular in radio because there's a lot of things that you can't say. Like if I say the same things that Charlamagne says,
Right.
people will go crazy and slander me. If he says it, they'll laugh. And the truth of the matter is, it is a lot more difficult. It's a lot more difficult to win women over when you are a woman.
Yeah, it is.
And
And I'm trying to figure out the lane. Like, okay, if you go hard, but this is the kind of show that doesn't really go hard. Okay,
Mhm.
let's soften you up. But then I kind of come off probably fake to people because
Right.
I'm not really
you got to be
an
yourself.
adjustment
That's
period.
it. I don't care what it is, as long as you're
Mhm.
being yourself.
like if you take someone that shoots like I do and then say, okay, you're the voice of reason now.
Right.
When they're going, I want to be like, yo, I got one that's even more than like I want to go.
You're
Mhm.
uncomfortable.
And you don't want to be like, come on, guys, that's it.
That's what I was doing. Like,
Mhm.
oh, Ricky, stop. And I feel so fake right now.
Right.
I feel like I was a horse at a
You felt
Kentucky
that?
Derby,
People felt like
and the gate's right there, and I want to like go, and the gate never opens.
Gotcha.
That's what I felt
So
like.
the
But
show
I-
just really wasn't a good fit.
it wasn't a good fit.
Your personality.
Listen, I'm grateful to Reach Media for the opportunity, and even Ricky. I mean, he's the one that fought for me to be there. I will say that. Like they gave me an opportunity, and it helped me get on Housewives. It definitely changed the trajectory of my life.
All right, so I wanted to play that for you guys. First of all, I wanted to play that for you guys because I'm trying to do more in-depth content because I realize a lot of you guys are watching me on your TV, like a TV show. So shout out to y'all if you're watching me on your TV. But second of all, just to get some context to women in radio, a lot of times women in radio are hired to be like the sidekick, the voice of reason, the woman with the information, which we saw from Angela Yee. When Angela Yee was on The Breakfast Club, she was like the journalist. Like if they were interviewing an author, she's the one that read the books, and DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God got the jokes. Like that's typically how radio works. And so for Jess Hilarious to be hired to be a comedian was rare. It was rare. And I want y'all to understand that first. And now we can get into what Jess Hilarious said on her live about her experience on The Breakfast Club. I feel like it should all make sense now.
Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm gonna play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Now, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for y'all teammate? This shit is ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Like when he first got there. Y'all want a bitch to keep her cool. Look, check this out, y'all. Look, man. I get up every fucking day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work. You ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. Hell no. I have more fun outside the fucking studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? We supposed to be. She started doing the news. I'm like, all right, look, that's our segment. Take me off that shit. Y'all give her that shit. Take me off that shit. She did. This is her segment now. This is no longer just with the mess. You know, got dark fat.
Okay, so this is what she had to say about Loren Larosa. And as far as her live videos, I do think her live videos were real unscripted, but I don't think she should have went in on Loren Larosa the way she did. But she's telling her truth. This is her opinion. This is her truth.
Okay. I said, take me off that shit. This is not, it's no longer my segment. I said it. I said it. Take me off of that. Give it to her. Give it to her. Charlamagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. That's why I picked her. Y'all need to understand something. I'm never hating on Shorty. I already told her. I tell her every day. I tell her she's pretty every day. I tell her every day. I big up this woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her.
And they shouldn't even be pit against each other. If you listen to the original podcast that Corey Holcomb did, who apparently she's had beef with him for years. He's another comedian who seems to be jealous of her career because doors open for her that don't open for him. But in any case, he was pitting them against each other and saying that Loren Larosa was more professional and Jess Hilarious is less hilarious. Like she's not even funny. And Jess Hilarious, she played into it. But I feel like this is all a scheme anyway. This is all a scheme that Todd set up anyway.
When I came back, because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay, got it. It's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds and shit. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Lauren her intro. Take Jess with the mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. Jess with the mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm Jess Hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore up here. Jess with the mess is not being done. Loren Larosa is doing the shit. She started doing the news.
And so I feel like that's the same thing that Claudia Jordan was saying when she was in her interview with the Breakfast Club talking about her experience on the Ricky Smiley show. She wasn't being her full self, her full comedic self. She was being the sidekick, a sidekick character. And that's the same thing Jess Hilarious is saying when she's saying she's not being Jess with the mess. She's not even being Jess Hilarious. She's being Jessica Moore because traditionally that's how traditional radio works with women.
This is a fucking contract. This ain't no part-time little shit that I got. I got a contract that I negotiated and I got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on air. She overtalks. She's overtalking me. Lauren knows she does this shit. Whatever. I've told her about this shit many a times. You know, she overtalks me. I'm like, yo, shut up. All right? Or hush, be quiet. Yeah, that clip that y'all saw. Yes, shut up. Be quiet. Yeah, I've said that. And I've meant that. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get it a hush. So I'm like, all right, cool. One day, I told her, because I went in the comments, I'm like, all right, people don't like that. All right, whatever. You know, I'm not her mother. She's another grown woman. I have to respect this lady. But she's not going to keep talking over me, yo. I'm already confused on why the fuck she's still here. You know what I mean? Like on air, not in the building, on air, right? So I'm like, all right. I told her, be quiet the next day. Charlamagne texts me and he says, yo, don't tell her be quiet. You tell her shut up. Play into that narrative of y'all beefing, y'all not liking each other. Why the fuck would we do that?
It's all for entertainment. It's all for entertainment. And later on the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne says, well, I have nothing to do with it. You know, I'm just sitting and watching. Like, he didn't tell Jess Hilarious to play into it. And here she is on live playing into it. Charlamagne, if you ask me, is the mastermind to all of this.
But I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. She cool with it. I'm cool with it because I'm not a be quiet type of bitch anyway. I am a shut up type of bitch. Ask my kids, right? Even the 7-month-old, ask her. So then I asked again. I'm like, all right, so she's going to be the 4th host. That's what it is. Whenever we do find that, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of beating around the bush, y'all. This is a fucking contract. This ain't no...
Yes, she's going to be the 4th host. And I feel like this is all a setup. Like I told y'all, this is a scheme that Todd set up or Charlamagne set up to come to us with the BS. But yes, I do believe they're setting it up for Loren Larosa to be the 4th host on the Breakfast Club, which I don't have a problem with because I think she does a good job. And it can be 2 men and 2 women. But I feel like they need one of the women to be like the journalist, the producer, the professional one who has the details. They can't just have another woman personality on the show. How Charlamagne, DJ Envy are both personalities. They tried to do it with Jess Hilarious and they hired her for her comedian personality, but then they can't let her do it. They can't let her be herself. So they need Loren Larosa because they need somebody with the facts.
The nigga Corey, that nigga ain't saying nothing that ain't nobody else saying. It's just that he don't like me. He already don't like me. So it's like, all right, he gonna pack it on. Y'all, them niggas let her have a failed date with Jess because I done had a failed date with his ass. Trust and believe that nigga still hurt. Still hurt that I wouldn't accept his apology. Still hurt. That's on him. Still hurt. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's all right. He'll be all right. You know what I mean? But I don't care. Y'all gonna hear me. I don't do that. The problem is communication. Yeah. It been that. You rich Jess, who cares? Nigga, I care. I still care. Because it's still about policy and protocol and it's principles to this shit. Nigga, like, nah.
Now, I can't understand, to be honest with you, why she expected DJ Envy and Charlamagne to stand up for her when Corey Holcomb was coming at her on social media. Those 2 men, I can't understand why she would look to them to stand up for her. But in any case, I do want to get into the conversation they had on the Breakfast Club to kind of clear it all up, aka get ratings.
It was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. No, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back because we had a whole plan. Even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool, she don't leave, but she's on.
And I don't think it's by accident or some type of weird circumstance that she didn't leave. She didn't leave because she does the job of Angela Yee. She comes with the facts and they realize that is the position. Like they do want to do traditional radio with a woman sidekick, the woman journalist with the facts.
Only during my segment. If she was meant to be a 4th host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the Mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the Mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff. Yes. Then that's when Jess with the Mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Who said that though? Because the internet said
what are we talking about? No.
Now here come the gaslight. If you've never seen gaslight, if you don't understand what that word means, it's when someone tries to convince you that what you think is real is not real. So here comes Charlamagne with the gaslighting. At one point, DJ Envy told her that Loren Larosa wasn't on the air at the same time as her. When clearly, if you watch the Breakfast Club or even if you listen, there were 2 woman voices, Loren Larosa and Jess Hilarious, were on the air at the same time. So that's the gaslighting. And Charlamagne convincing her or trying to convince her that social media doesn't matter. Mind you, this is a woman that's clearly made millions off of social media, but him trying to convince her that social media doesn't matter, it's not real. It's all gaslighting. Social media is very real. Now, do you have to pay attention to every comment, every troll? No. But do you have to pay attention to your comments and the things people say about you on social media? Yes. If you're a media personality, yes. Social media is very real.
Oh, no. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. It's like we have people that have been watching the show. Yeah, she's great at what she did. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back,
it's kind of, it's like, what's going on? If she's going to be a fourth voice, why she only got to be a fourth voice?
Correct me if I'm
my
wrong.
segment.
She wasn't a fourth voice. She was a producer. She was hired as a news producer to help with getting all news and doing interviews.
She was a senior news producer.
She wasn't on there. When you came back, Loren was not on there. She was in the back doing questions, sending interview questions, reporting the news. Am I lying?
I thought
Hey,
she
you
was. I
right.
thought
She was on air. She was on air.
That's the question.
What?
Why didn't you wear the do-rag this morning?
Because
Why you joke so much, man?
What you mean? I'm
It's not a
just
joke,
it's not a
Loren.
do-rag, it's a silk
joke,
scarf,
man.
man, but it's not
It's
a
not a
joke.
joke.
I'm
If people
serious.
bring it to the radio, I want to
It's
laugh.
not a joke, but
Okay,
Nah, but
it's not a joke.
it's a serious issue about
It
it.
is a serious issue.
okay, let me just
Now-
sit back and watch this because I'm not Joe Clark.
Because it's not.
See, and that's the thing, how Charlamagne was like, I'm just going to sit back and watch, and he has his little cup of whatever. And Jess Hilarious clearly said in her live that Charlamagne told her to go with it, play up the beef, because it's easy to get like ratings and get to become viral. Two women facing off against each other is what makes you go viral. But now he's on camera, on the air, and it's a whole nother story. He's not participating. He's just watching, sipping his drink.
I am actually. Give me my baseball bat.
No, it's now, Envy, that's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man,
You're not a villain.
this
Who said
girl
you're a
is-
villain?
Wait, yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte.
What do
Stop
I-
acting like you don't
what do
understand.
I always tell you? I say stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win.
No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt like I should have been did. I've been asking questions.
The internet loves mess. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that. And y'all know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing. And this is why I thought it was corny. And it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, why you ain't bring it to the team? When you came back, Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Loren in the room, this is your show. We can make that change whenever you want. Did I not?
It's not her show. It's not her show. And again, this is Gaslighting. This is the Breakfast Club. It's Charlamagne's show. If we want to be honest about it, it's Charlamagne's show. DJ Envy is the DJ. It's not Jess Hilarious' show. She just got hired, and it's not her show. It's her segment. The Jess Hilarious Just for the Mess segment was her segment, but it was two people doing the segment, so it didn't make sense for her to call it Jess with the Mess.
Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like, it was like, y'all,
Have that
y'all
conversation
wanted
off
her.
air. If you had a problem, say it
I've
to us.
had
We had a
many
meeting yesterday.
conversations off air. What
Not
are you
like
talking
that.
about?
Not like nobody having my back because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11
I'm
years.
not worried about, yo. It's not even about
You're
you.
worried about comments. You're worried about what people say after
I'm worried
niggas in
about
the
the
comments,
perception
man.
and my reputation of being on the
They've been
show.
itching on me for 15 years. They've been itching on
These are
Charlamagne for
rightfully
15
so.
years.
That's on you.
Rightfully
And the
so.
things that
I don't
people itch
care.
on me
It
for
doesn't.
is on
I don't let
me.
it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
come
I know
on.
who I am.
Come on.
I know what I do. If you let them people get in the comments and F with you, you're
Well,
great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like you a dope.
You're very
you let
dope.
them people piss you off. No, after niggas. Like you nice. Like what you do is funny.
I tell
like,
that all the time,
You brought,
on air,
you brought
off
that
air.
energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club, and you let a bitch ass person in the comments say something.
Now, it wasn't about the comments. Again, this is why I say this is gaslighting. It was about the production. They have a co-host for her segment, Just for the Mess. It wasn't about the comments. It was about why is this person who was supposed to substitute for me, now that I'm back, why is she still here?
Understand? You got to F them niggas.
We don't even know who these people are.
They could be bots and all that,
But-
and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes.
This is on purpose. I told y'all this is all a scheme that Charlamagne set up to get ratings. This is all acting at its finest. They're doing a good job, if you ask me. I feel like Jess Hilarious, she's half serious, but she's playing it up. I think she was asked to tell her truth on air. But the other two, DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God, are clearly acting.
Like I F with you the long way, not on some internet ish. And they hear that through there. That's
This
whack,
sounds
man.
very light skinned. But let's go to the phones. 1-800-584.
All right, so I also want to share Loren LaRosa. This whole conversation is about Loren LaRosa. So I want to share what she had to say about the situation.
East side, high, west side, whatever high we gonna be, we here and we together, so we gotta figure this out. And it's not, everything's not a joke. And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
What part did you
but
think
we
was
get
crazy?
what part? Because like, one, it's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
Yeah, because she said her and Loren have spoken behind the scenes before. They've had their own conversations, and everything she was saying in the live, she has said to Loren's face.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me in
Okay,
person.
so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
Right?
but
I didn't.
none of that was.
Yeah, the shut up is too. I don't tune into the Breakfast Club like that. I mostly see it on social media because I do social media, but I don't like listen to the Breakfast Club. I don't even drive that much, you guys. Like, to me, I don't listen to the radio that much.
Said
I
that you didn't say anything about that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. It shouldn't be like that because really, I don't know that it should be the two of them unless it's like a whole thing. Like if they introduce, yes, it's 2 women and 2 men. It's a 4-person show now.
I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the 2 women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen because it doesn't look good. It's not gonna play well for either one of
I
us.
literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Ellie in the room.
Yeah, she had some witnesses in the room because y'all know how people are. Y'all know how people are. They don't remember nothing. People don't remember anything. If it doesn't benefit them, they just can't remember.
I never ever heard that because you pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen, I have said, hush, shut up. But, you overtalk. And
it's too much. It's too much. But like she said, Charlamagne the guy told her to do that instead of saying just, be quiet. Excuse me, I was still talking. He told her to play into it. And I believe he told her that. I believe she's being honest that he told her to play into it and tell her to shut up. Like, cause some drama, cause some beef. This is turning into like reality TV, like the Breakfast Club, which is radio, traditional media, is turning into new media. It's reality TV. They might as well be on Zeus. It's giving Zeus right now.
Now, like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing it. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's full voices. 3 of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying he don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman.
You know?
Yeah, I feel her on that. I don't know if my mom has ever told me to shut up. If I'll be honest with y'all, even as a kid, I don't think I've ever heard those words from my mom.
You could have said that on air right then and there, but right after, when you say you put me in office,
because tell me that. Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you.
Okay.
Ever. And I did not. Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation because we grown. And regardless, you don't got to love me. You don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here.
And listen, like I said earlier,
she's there.
The internet
she's there, but why? It still hasn't been clarified why. And I feel like this whole scheme is to set up Loren Larosa as a 4th co-host. We're going to understand why it is because she's a 4th co-host. That's why she's still there.
Yes, you are here.
And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit women against each other.
And you're here because of an opportunity that I extended. Regardless I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. You're not going anywhere. That's first and foremost. Let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever. But yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the whole jump, yeah, Shorty do the job great. She's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment.
I think y'all can work very well together. And once again, you got to stop letting the internet pit
the gaslighting. But when Charlamagne, who is Charlamagne's show, when he says they can work very well together, that means it's about to be a 4-person show, which I'm fine with. Like I said, I don't watch it that much, but 2 women and 2 men, it makes sense to me.
Y'all against each other. I know the internet has created a narrative. Lauren versus Jess versus Lauren.
No, but that's what it is. And that's what I'm trying to say is the internet is there. We see it. None of us can ignore it. I saw that Corey thing a week ago. We didn't say nothing about it.
Y'all clear up everything else. Nobody want to clear up.
But you know what? That Corey Holcomb, his podcast interview, it was so misogynistic and so ignorant. Like his hat literally said 5150. If y'all know what that means. Like he was given ignorant and he was talking about Jess having a baby. As soon as she got the job, she's having a baby. What she needs to do is have a baby on camera. If she wants ratings, had a baby on camera. Everything was about her sex, about her having a baby, about her gender. And so to me, that's just ignorant. Like she shouldn't even have addressed that because it's just ignorant. It's just ignorant.
I don't like you. I'm hating on
They say no gay.
That's different now. Come on.
Well, I just want to say, Jess, what you feeling? We feel it together. And when the other thing happened that I called you about, I said that to you. And I responded to that on Twitter. I didn't send it to you. I didn't feel like I had to. I did it. But I called you about it.
The comments. Stop listening to the comments.
Let me talk.
Yeah, let her talk because it's not even about the comments. It all started with Corey Holcomb, like a whole podcast interview. It's not just about the comments, but this is Charlamagne trying to minimize the situation. He wants 2 women to argue about something he considers insignificant, which is social media comments. And they're not talking about comments. They're talking about jobs, a presence on a nationally or internationally syndicated radio show. But he's trying to minimize it. This is why I can't watch this. I can't watch The Breakfast Club. I cannot.
Real life, we love everybody. Y'all love each other. This can work.
It will work. It will work. But sometimes this might have to happen, and it's happening with love. Because when I saw Jess crying, I came in here because I care about you. Have to be okay for all of this to be okay. And I'm a producer at the end of the day.
Now, I didn't see her crying on the live video, so I don't know if she's spilling tea that Jess Hilarious was crying behind the scenes. I don't know if she's trying to expose that, but I don't know that we saw Jess Hilarious crying.
got talent, we gonna be straight.
All right, you guys. So y'all, let me know what y'all think about the situation. Do you think it's a scheme? First of all, do you think this thing is all of a scheme to introduce Loren Larosa as the fourth co-host on The Breakfast Club? It's going to be 2 men, 2 women, one more outspoken than the other. Like Charlamagne is more outspoken than DJ Envy. And I would say Jess Hilarious, when she's allowed to talk, I would say she is more outspoken than Loren Larosa. So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that. And what do y'all think about them trying to do something different in radio? Like traditionally, like Claudia said, the woman co-host is the sidekick. She's a journalist. She's the one with the facts, like Angela Yee. And so they say they're going to hire Jess Hilarious to be a personality, to be that third personality. But when it comes down to it, they still want the woman to be the one, like to do the work, to have the information, to have the facts, to be the journalist on the show. Leave a comment about that as well. And as always, thanks for watching. And shout out to you if you are watching me on TV. I feel like a star. But yeah, subscribe to this channel and stay tuned. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.